Hello, Wandering Soul here, and I'm here to show you a good early game deck to use to climb the ladder. We're going to be making use of Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket is a card that gains power and armor whenever you summon a character with crit. The cards you're going to be making use of to get Yellow Jacket bigger are going to be Wasp, Electra if you have her, Spider-Woman, and Ironmonger if you don't have Electra. In the lock card pool, we'll also be making use of Deathbird. In the neutral card pool, obviously we have Yellow Jacket, who is the core of the build. We're going to have 2 Outriders. You could run 1. We have Hawkeye in our 3-drop, along with Wasp. Hawkeye gives our crit characters plus 3 power. The higher star level he gets, the more power he gives. Wasp is another crit unit who will give a Guardian character armor and guard. We're going to be using Wasp to get Yellow Jacket even beefier. Our 4-drop and onwards really don't matter because we'll be sticking at level 3 for most of the game. For Electra, the only card that truly matters is Electra and Karen Page. Luke Cage and Ninja of the Hand I have as my 2-drops. Electra is a crit unit. Whenever you complete a quest, she gets plus 4 power, but we won't be completing many quests. Instead, we're going to be getting her bigger by making use of Karen Page, who gives a random Marvel Knights character plus 5 power. Since Electra should be our only Marvel Knights character on board, you're going to be just buffing up her multiple times with Karen Page. For our Spider-Verse cards, we have Gwen Stacy and Spider-Woman in our 2-drops. We're going to be making use of Spider-Woman, who gains action time. The higher star level you get her, the more action time she will have. Gwen Stacy gives a Spider-Verse character plus 2 power. You're going to get Spider-Woman as big as you can by making use of Gwen. In our 3-drops, we have Doc Ock, who also gets action time, and before attacking a stunned opponent, he gains 4 power. Sandman is a fantastic card. At 4 stars, he will stun 4 opponents if he gets hit. This way, you can prevent your opponent from hitting you too often, while slowly getting rid of their board. If you somehow get to 4-drop, you can make use of Doppelganger Miles. Doppelganger Miles is a crit unit who has last words that summons another crit unit. Lastly, we have Iron Man. As I said before, if you don't have Electra, you're going to be going all in on Ironmonger. Ironmonger is a crit unit who gains power whenever you play another Stark Industries card. Instead of Hydra Armor, I recommend running Extremis Armor, who also gains crit whenever you play him, and he also gains some extra power. That is the core of the deck complete, so let's go take a look at this deck in action.
I go first.
Alright, so here we are. Ideally, we start off with a Yellow Jacket in our first shot, but we did not get a Yellow Jacket. We're going to pick up this Gwen Stacy and just pass our turn here. We're going to lose the first round. It's not too big of a deal. We're going for the mid game. As expected, we lose. Next, we have Spider-Woman and Deathbird. So we're going to pick up both of them. We're going to refresh the shop once. And we got another Deathbird. Unfortunately, we did not get Yellow Jacket, but we're going to play our cards out anyways. We can take some damage, but we don't want to take too much damage. We do not level up. This build wants to stay at level 2 until you get a 4-star Yellow Jacket, Deathbird, and Spider-Woman. Unfortunately, we ended up losing this round, which isn't too big of a deal. We mitigated some damage by playing our cards out. Here we pick up Deathbird, Spider-Woman, refresh the shop, and then pick up the last Deathbird. Unfortunately, we haven't picked up Yellow Jacket yet, which may be a problem for our deck. We're going to pick up Ironmonger here, and we're going to play out 2 of our cards. Alright, it looks like we won this fight pretty easily.
I'm getting a little worried.
Here, we're going to pick up Assassin's Pursuit. Assassin's Pursuit, Firepower Boost, or Web Warriors is a very good option here. I really like Assassin's Pursuit because you can just sacrifice some health and just get a few more battle gems. We finally got our yellow jacket. Let's see how many yellow jackets we can get before we play her out. Unfortunately, we didn't get too many yellow jackets. Okay, so we're going to play out this yellow jacket. Play out the first Spider-Woman. Buy the Spider-Woman, which then gets our 4-star Spider-Woman. Let's check what the scheme is. We'll pick up Falcon. And then just use all your Gwens to buff up Spider-Woman. Put out Falcon to also do the same thing. And we will pass the turn here. Now, since Spider-Woman has 19 power, she can attack many times. At 4-star, she has +4 action times, which means she will attack 5 times. There we go. We're still looking for more yellow jackets. Unfortunately, we've only found one so far. But we have thinned the pool a little bit, so we should be finding her more often. We'll pick up the Outrider here. There's our second yellow jacket. We will not pick up this Outrider. We'll play the first one out. We picked up a Shuri. So Shuri we can use to buff up our yellow jacket. We'll pick up this Outrider now. So if you get to a 2-star Outrider, you get a 4-star card instead of a 3-star card in the shop. We will sell the Falcon here. Actually, we don't need to yet.
Night, night, sleep
I
tight.
almost forgot we had Assassin's Pursuit. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything in here. Now we sell. We'll play out this Hawkeye. Just to give us 3 power on each of our crit units, which is just 2 of them at the moment. Alright. Spider-Woman is going to eliminate as many cards as she can. She died, but she got all of her 5 attacks off. And we've cleared out our opponent.
I'm getting a little worried. Yeah.
There's our last Gwen Stacy. Let's see if we can find this yellow jacket. There's one. So one more. There we go. Now we can level up. Let's check our schemes. Abomination Charge is probably the most useful out of that bunch. And we have our Wasp. We'll play out Yellow Jacket. Buff up Spider-Woman. Refresh our shop once.
Night, night, sleep tight.
Play out Ironmonger.
You are all pawns in my game.
Buy the new one. Play him again.
I will sweep the board clean.
Refresh the shop once here. Oh, we got another Wasp. So we're gonna play out the Shuri to get Yellow Jacket a little bit bigger. Play out our Wasp.
Wasp is on the scene.
Buy the Wasp. And then play her again.
Here we go.
So some people like to place their weakest unit on the far right. I don't do that just to prevent any cleaving. I believe the proper term for it is Pierce, where any damage that any extra damage is carried towards the unit on the right. I want all of my crit units to attack before Hawkeye dies. Spider-Woman by herself has cleared out 4 opponents. So this deck can get very strong. In the high tiers of the ladder, I would not recommend playing this. This is a deck that I would probably recommend for to climb up to Stardust, I think. After Stardust, I've seen its performance drop. I want to play out this Wasp before I pick this one up, but I don't want to get rid of this Hawkeye, is the issue. None of these matter too much. We'll just get the extra health, which allows us to use our passive ability here more often.
Another chance to prove myself.
We've picked up the Hawkeye. Sandman showed up a little late. I would pick him up now, but I don't feel a need for him. This should be the last round, so we're going to play out this Ironmonger, just to buff up both our other Ironmonger and our Yellow Jacket, and then play out Hawkeye. And let's have Spider-Woman get 10 extra power. This is a very aggressive deck list. It's good at bullying people in the lower ladder. Like I said, in the higher ladder, you're going to meet people who have very, very well-built decks that can counter this deck very well. I do not recommend it in the very highest tiers. Against the low tiers, it has very good success rate though. Hopefully this video can be of use to you and helps you learn how to pilot this deck.